Yo, what is up guys? I'm back again with Mechanics Series. Today we are covering the ground to air dribble. If you guys wouldn't mind dropping a like, a comment, a little sub, hit all the good button presses for me. It really helps me out, man. Appreciate it. But other than that, let's go. Alright, so the pack for today is one made by yours truly, me, of course. Who else would it be made by? We're going to be using full court air dribbles, and we're going to be covering shot number 20. And just a reminder, everything that you guys need will be down in the description, so make sure to check that. Okay, so we've loaded shot number 20 in the pack. So all you guys need to know for prerequisites for this tutorial is that you need to know how to do two things. Number one, can you dribble, especially in a straight line? Like this, right? Dribble in a straight line. If you can do that, you're probably golden for this, all right? There we go, good. Okay, and then step number two is, can you air dribble? That's another question. If you can't do that, then this also might be difficult, right? Being able to air dribble. So try and pop one out here, bang. If you can't do an air dribble, right, like that, then we're gonna have an issue. But it's fine. You know why? Because I have already made tutorials on how to do both of those. So if you guys need, I have a card up there. Should give the link to both of those if you need them, so that we can get and work up to this point. So make sure to check those out if you are having trouble with this. Otherwise, we're gonna move on. All right, so from this point on, we're gonna assume that you can dribble in a straight line semi-comfortably, and that you can also do an air dribble of some kind, you know, or that you're somewhat comfortable with the air dribble mechanic, at least hopefully, right? In theory, you guys don't even have to do that much. Like, it's really actually quite a simple mechanic, but for the most part, though, I mean, like I said, in theory, it's gonna be super simple, but in practice, it's gonna be extremely difficult, okay? So when you guys are first starting out doing this mechanic, I want you guys to just try and dribble at least to the halfway mark. So we're going to try and get to the halfway mark right around here, right? And then we're going to try and go for the jump, okay? Just starting out, because again, you guys aren't going to be Giga Chads who can air dribble from all the way back here, you know, not yet. You know, we'll get up to that point, but we're not there yet, all right? So the first thing we need to focus on mainly is the double jump pop, right? That's kind of like the number one here. Besides dribbling and all that, is the double jump, okay? So when I do this, right, I'm going to dribble, right? Or actually not even that, right? Focus on the middle, right? If I jump in the middle, look how high it bounces. It bounces super high if I'm just right in the middle, right? It kind of depends where I'm at, but, you know, it gets quite a bit of height. As long as I'm directly in the middle, right? Very in the middle, right? And I get a very nice pop. So what we want to try and do is we want to try and mix, you know, the double jump, right, with a little bit of momentum. So we're gonna go, double jump, and then, you know, what's gonna happen is the ball is gonna come more out in front of you because you'll have some momentum already started. So boom, and then there we go, we have our straightaway. So now that we've looked at how to get momentum with the ball and kind of what that double jump pop looks like, now we're gonna focus on how to like actually tilt back in order for us to air dribble, okay? So when you go for the dribble, right, the idea here is that we're going to be middle and enough to where it'll pop nice and high, and then we can just tilt back. Boom, tilt back, like that, see? Do it one more time. So I'm going to get a good setup here. Double jump, tilt back, right? You do the tilt, you tilt back immediately, because if you don't, well, you're not going to have an air dribble, right? Boom, tilt back, right? Okay, let's recap this one more time. Dribble in a straight line, just for now. Get to about the middle, jump somewhere in the middle, and then tilt back, right? And then the rest is the air dribble, right? Right. I would say at this point, I've basically taught you guys how to do the mechanic, but of course, this is, most of this, like I said, I make it look really simple, but it actually does take a lot of practice. You have to learn how to dribble, you have to learn where to be on the ball, you have to get a double jump pop, learn how to tilt back, learn how to, you know, be able to air dribble out of it, right? You know, make it look easy, right, but it's not that easy, you know, so on a technical scale, I've taught you guys how to do the mechanic, but just understand that this is going to take a lot of time to perfect, okay? But that's basically how you do it. And one side note, how you guys want to, you know, come out into the air dribble is completely up to you. When I first started learning this, I like to keep it simple, right? And just learn to do it with no spins. So boom, and then just tilt back like that, and then learn how to control it like that way, you know what I mean? Because you can, you know, try and spin into it. It's possible. But for the sake of simplicity here, when I first started to learn this, it was just way easier to think about doing it just with a stick like that, right? Again, it's hard to teach people how to air dribble like that. It's not like some dry cut thing that I can just tell you and you'll learn it in 1 second. It really isn't that way, you know what I mean? But that's just what again, for the sake of simplicity, I just prefer to do it that way. Now, if you upgrade and get really comfortable and you've practiced your spins, then yes, you can spin into it, right? Just like that, you know. But again, just for, you know, if you really just want to hit it for your first time, or you're just really not used to this, then try to just stick with your stick control, with your stick like that, right? All right, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna give you guys my 2 best examples, and I'll leave you with that. All right, before I go, I want to give you guys 2 side notes. So number 1, the setup I do, I mean, I'm really comfortable just like dribbling forward and then, you know, finding a comfortable spot where I can just double jump like that, right? That's what I like to do, but some people, and I do it sometimes depending on the setup, it's a little situational, but you can dribble forward. If you go a little too fast, you can like brake check and then jump, because what will happen is the ball will roll kind of like back over you like that, and then it'll pop really high. See, it's kind of hard to explain, right? But just because the ball already has momentum and then you back up, it like rolls back into the middle of your car like that, and then it pops kind of nice. So whether you do it that way or my way doesn't matter, but that's just another way you can pop it. And then the second side note is the stick. So if you, again, this is kind of like an air dribble thing, but you can like do that where it sticks like that. That's kind of ideal, you know, for the air dribble, right? Because then it won't move so much, and then it just glues. So boom, and then once you get really close, it just kind of glues like that. I'm not saying it has to glue though in order for it to work. Even some of my air dribbles don't have glue and they go in. Some of the hits are more spaced out. Alright, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope that helped you. If it did help you, leave a comment, leave a like or something, let me know. Other than that, that's all I got for you today. Bye.